5-minute review, Coobro Geo.
Let's take a closer look here at the Coobro Geo. It's got this nice black solder mask along with a white silk screen. It's a good looking board. This features the Fast Track UP501 receiver, 66 channels, 10 Hz update rate. There's a 328 here along with the rest of the components to flesh out the microcontroller. Got a off-on switch here, top, and on bottom here we got a breadcrumb / GPS switch. Flip this back, hit the button, and it will save the current lat long down to the EEPROM. And I got USB battery jumper here in the middle, and on the left hand side top we've got the programming headers. That's for FTDI cable and whatnot. The power for this comes from 3 AAA batteries here in the container. It's not waterproof, it's not water resistant, so you might want to carry a Ziploc bag with you in case you get caught out in the rain. Power passes up through the board. The startup sequence on this is just a simple chaser until you get a lock. Then at that point you'll get the first LED here on the left to start, and it will increase down the line here until you get to your finishes as you get closer to your destination. Pretty simple approach for geocachers. But you know that this design, it's good, but this antenna here is a problem here. You put this in your hand, you can see that it's really close to your hand and your body, and this is dielectric fields and interference. This antenna shouldn't be here. You should move it up to the top. It needs to be far away from the body so that you're staying away from interference. And yeah. There's also another thing here that kind of concerns me a little bit from a hacker's perspective is all these LEDs, they're awesome, but you know, you're using all the pins on the 328 here. It would make a lot of sense if you just use something like the TLC 5940, you know, control 16 LEDs, add 2 more, and you, at the cost of only a couple more pins. And you free up a lot of space for other things. Another thing you can do maybe here is the GPS here is using software serial. Maybe add a header and and jump that so that you can just use a regular serial off of the controller, and that will save you 2 more pins. It's just an option to think about for the next rev. You know, while I'm thinking about it here, there's some solder tabs on this GPS module, and one on the bottom here, and one on the top. The assembly instructions had me assemble the outer components first and then drop the module in place, which I don't know if you can see it here, but there's not a lot of clearance between those, and it's a little difficult to get the soldering iron tip down there. Might want to help a guy out and switch those steps around in the instructions. You know, while I'm on the feature list here, maybe take these LEDs and make them into dilution of precision as well, like a dual mode or something. That would help us understand the quality of the lock. It's kind of a key piece of information you'd want to know when you're out in the field. Okay, maybe one more wish list item. Would be really nice to know which direction you're heading without having to walk around. So, of course, that means adding a compass onto this. Maybe that could be like the first upgrade. You know, you're going to break the pins out. It could be something you could just plug it in, ready to go, and all of a sudden now you've got the Coobro Geo compass upgrade.
The Coobro Geo. Open hardware, open software. Put it together in the morning, take it with you in the afternoon to go find a geocache. Relatively inexpensive, but good quality components. 2 things for version 2.0. Number 1, add a few millimeters to the board and carry some traces to the edge. Make it more hackable. Number 2, add the TLC 5940 and free up my pins! Other than that, nice job.